Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Mentor 2024. We have MultiDarkSamuses versus Amojini. The race time has started, so we will get started pretty soon here. The mentors for this game are Astral Echoes for MDS and Sam for Amojini. No RAs, no chicanery, just starting off with Charge Beam, and we will get started pretty soon. And timer has started to count down, so here we go. Oh, and by the way, my name is Drakefos. I will try to keep up with tracking the best I can, but if you guys wouldn't mind just letting me know if I've made a mistake or I've forgotten something, just let me know. The sound is kind of messed up here. Did I press a run button wrong? I guess we'll ask for help. They are not getting audio. Yeah, I'm not getting audio on the restream here, but sorry about this. We'll try and get this sorted out. But we start off with... I missed what that item was. Looked like a missile expansion. Expansion, thank you, KR. And a missile was under the ship as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to get things sorted out here. Okay, we're going straight to Artifact Temple. Again, sorry about the music. Bombs behind the ship. Okay, that tells us a lot. That means that Hive Totem is going to be required. I believe. We're going to Artifact Temple. I'm going to get the hints ready. You guys should write them down as well, because I might have to talk to staff here in a second. But I will try and get them written down. Another, what looks like a missile expansion. Yes, that's a missile expansion. Okay, artifacts incoming. So I believe if Morph Ball, or Bombs is behind the ship. No, that's Bombs behind the ship. Okay. But we just don't know where missiles are. So this has to be Hive Totem. Okay. Artifacts. Joe's Ice Temple. Whoa, reading way too fast. Whoa, 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 whoa. Plasma processing. Oh my goodness. Why are we reading so fast, guys? Goodness. I'm gonna need you guys to, I'm gonna need you guys to go into the VOD, because I'm just checking the sound here. It's only getting no sound, or on the restream side. I've pinged for help. Is there a chat I'm missing somewhere? No. Race time? No. Alright, we'll just, yeah, okay. We'll see once the staff shows up. Otherwise, sorry, I'm hearing nothing. You guys aren't hearing anything other than just my voice. But, so KR says, Chozo Ice, Plasma Processing, Life Grove Dynamo. Yeah, I saw that as well. Thank you very much. I will write that down. Okay, Plasma Processing Workstation, Gathering Hall, Chozo Ice Temple, Life Grove, and Dynamo. So we have a Power Bomb expansion in Transport Tunnel B, I believe this is what this room is called. There's a little bit of controversy about which, whether or not you want to go for this item early. It has cost some runners dearly in this tournament so far that I've commentated. Quite a few runners have run into an issue get nothing. Oh, there's the sound. Thank you to whoever that was in the staff who helped us out. Much appreciated. If you guys can't hear it, let me know. I can hear it on my end. So right now we're making our way off to Hive Totem. I think that's the only place where an item could be. Well, we're probably gonna go. Well, let's see what runners do. Some runners like to take a detour towards Rune Shrine, and some runners just go straight towards Hive Totem. If it's Morph Ball, that could be weird. I do believe Morph Ball... Actually, I'm not sure. I think we do need missiles. This has to be missiles, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it can give me anything else. My early game... I'm still learning a little bit of the early game logic here, so that's... Well, actually, it could be Space Jump. That's right. It could be Space Jump, and we could be... Thank you for the sync as well. I missed where Morph was. Goodness. On Grapple Edge. Okay. So it could be Missile Launcher on Ledge. On the half-pipe. So this could be Space Jump. And then Morph Ball on Grapple Edge, so that means Grapple is required, so I'm guessing Grapple is going to shortly show up here. So that means... So that means it's either has to be Missile or... Yes, right here. Nope. Okay. Means Grapple has to be coming up pretty soon. MDS is going to do the check. See, but the bees are in the way. I did not see what that was. I think they didn't look. Grapple, we just needed to get to Grapple Edge. It's logically required. Amojini is going to do the check as well. That looked like a missile on my end. Not going to double check for me. That'd be great. I have a lot on my plate right now. I still haven't even taken a look at the tracker. What do we need on the tracker? Space Jump. Okay. So that means that's the missile expansion and various suit. Oh boy. Where is Space Jump here? Okay. It has to be missile on, where's okay. And we get Space Jump for Amojini as well, and various suit as well. Okay, I'm gonna try my best, guys. Here we go. MDS is gonna do that check again. No idea, I didn't see what that was. So, if we get Space Jump here, that just means that I'm pretty sure Vault has to have something. Or not, Vault Ledge or Half Pipe has to have something. Missile expansion there, okay. I don't think there was a point in scanning that. I think it tells us that like Missile Launcher has to be in main plaza here. And yes, that is Grapple on Vault Ledge. Okay. So that has to be Missile Launcher on Half-Pipe. I would go check the vault right now. That makes the most sense to me here. This has to be Missile Launcher. I'd be shocked if this was a Missile Launcher. Oh! Okay, so Missile Launcher is deeper in Chozo. So we have to get Morph Ball and then go deeper into Chozo. It could also be Morph Ball bomb locked. Actually, it can't because I think there's a missile lock to Arboreum. What's that in the tree? Oh, and Varia as well. Oh, Varia's missile locked as well. So... Okay, wait. If Missile Launcher is not here... Where could Missile Launcher be, actually? Missile Launcher locks Magmor. No, it doesn't. It could be Vault. Yeah. It could be Vault, but could it be, Could it be Magmor? No, you need missiles to break the wall thing, okay. But you don't need missiles to get through... Ooh, that might be... That might be hilarious. Like, they might expect you to go deep into Magmor to get Missile Launcher. Which is funny. Oh, that's... Oh, for you guys that missed it, the powerbomb explosion was destroyed, was cancelled by the cutscene. That is unfortunate. Oh, and I forgot to add Grapple Beam. Where's Grapple on this tracker here? They are not ordered very nicely here. Grapple beam, and morph ball, and morph ball. Both players going back for those bombs. We already checked Artifact Temple. I'm very curious where missile launcher is. I assume we're going to go to Frigate Crash Site here. It could be Vault, it could be deeper into Magmore, because we have bombs, we can... and also we have power bombs. I think both these players technically have power bombs, although they are not in logic, so I will add that to the tracker, but keep in mind that those are not in logic. Power bomb, power bomb, there we go. Yep. No, I was thinking of whatchamacallits. This can't be missile launcher either. I was thinking going through Lava Lake. You can't get the Lava Lake item, but you can traverse past Lava Lake with bombs. And so you could have a situation where missile launcher is in not Tricops Pit, but the cavern, storage cavern, I think. Yeah, Tricops Pit. You get the idea. But that doesn't tell us anything. I mean, we can go deeper into Chozo. We have missiles. Just something to keep in mind, that's a funny thing about the logic. Storage cavern, thank you, Delta. So the logic all lines up. Just need to keep in mind that the power bombs are not in logic. Amojini is a little bit ahead here, mostly due to not detouring for a shrine, which is another thing that seems to be controversial. Some runners go for the detour, some runners don't. I think the detour made sense. Just didn't work out. Unfortunately, didn't know that cutscenes can cancel it. Amojini is electing to do Upper Root Cave. This is non-logic, but we can do it. We might even do... We even have the bombs, so we can probably do... Oh, I didn't put bombs in there, sorry. Bombs? There we go. We even have the bombs for the out of bounds, if we get into trouble. But I'm told that that's not a big deal. That if you know the out of bounds, you can easily avoid having to morph. But, you know... Can be dangerous. In the meantime, MDS is electing to go back to Chozo immediately. I'm okay with either option, honestly. I wonder if Amojini decides to go straight into Magmore here. That would be pretty smooth routing, in my opinion. We can go straight to Lava Lake as well. We can do almost the entirety of early Magmore. I think we can do the entirety of early Magmore with that power bomb. So I would actually like them to go, considering they've elected to do this Root Cave stuff, I would like them to do Magmore up Lava Lake into Chozo. That would be my choice. But Fen is also an option, so we'll see where they go. In the meantime, MDS, she's electing to go back to Shrine and do this check. Makes perfect sense. I don't know if they checked the upper shrine. What was that? Ooh, look at that. That's a pretty one. Looks like Dark Beam. That Metroid got a picked up the Dark Beam. That's a really cool one. I like that one. Okay, seems like we are going to Magmore. I like this choice. Just as a reminder, the mentors are Astral Echoes for MDS, and Amojini has the guidance of a one Samuel. Upper Shrine was a missile, thank you. Thank you, chat. I love you, chat. Okay. Powerbomb expansion. I would get that. I would like that. Amojini's doing what I think they should have done. Gone to Magmore. I like that. Now, let's see. I would like them to go back into Chozo for Magmore. But some people like to do Fen. If they had Plasma Beam, I would say Fen. But they do not have Plasma Beam, so I would like them to do Transport Tunnel to Fen first, and then go to Lava Lake. E-Tank in Rune Fountain, so Flogger not required. I would like Amojini to get that E-Tank, and they would like so as well. MDS going towards Watery Hall. Early route divergence, I really hope... I think they're going to sync up eventually. electing to go to Gathering Hall first, or Watering Hall, rather than checking Upper Gathering Hall. Some people like to check there just in case there is a oh, what's down here? Spider Ball. Oh boy. Okay. This Magma play is working out. We still haven't gotten Missile Launcher. Missile Launcher can oopsie, let me I'm also the tracker for this. Let me get the Spider Ball. Where's that? Spider Ball for Amojini. Meanwhile, Watery Hall looks like Missile. I would still get that. Mains lock Spider, that is true. But this Magma play is already going to work out, because as soon as we return to Chozo, we can do Dynamo. Which is nice. That's a pretty big backtrack that we can avoid now. I would like them to do Transport Tunnel right now, Amojini. Artifact in Dynamo. Which makes this play... I guess it makes sense. Like, you can check to see if... Yep, okay, good. We're going to be going back to Chozo. I like this. Especially now they have Spider Ball. Now, if we were to pick up Plasma along the way somewhere here, then going to Fen makes sense to me. Power Bomb expansion. We like that. What's Lower Watery Hall? Super Missile. Oh boy. That's kind of nice. We like to find Super Missile, but... Uh-oh. Yep, time to bail. Time to bail. Time to bail. Uh-oh. Okay, I think they should survive. Okay. Alright. We do want to pick that up. We want to come back for that. Metroid in Warrior Shrine. Yeah, let's take our time. This is going to cost quite a bit of time, unfortunately. Nothing in Upper Fire Shores. MDS has a few options here. What would I do if I were here? I think Zoid... I think just do the standard stuff. Do Zoid, do Furnace. I know people don't like doing Zoid, but it's 2 checks. If it was 1 check, then it would be a painful check. But if it's 2, I think it's okay. It's not a terrible check to do. The Super Missiles and the... Oh, that's why they didn't do Upper Gathering Hall, because of the artifact. Which makes sense. So I'm pretty sure the missiles have to be here in Storage Cavern. If they read the logic correctly, they wouldn't be checking this. And if I read this logic poorly, then, you know, who knows. So, electing to do Zoid on MDS's side. And this should be a missile. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Launcher. Sun Chamber is not in logic, though. We need mains. We do need mains. So, we know that Sun Chamber 2 can be, can't be PBs. But Amojini doesn't have supers. So going up to Lava Lake here is probably just going to go to check Vault. We know the Vault can't be missiles, or a missile launcher. I would say that Amojini is pretty clearly ahead right now, so I'm going to switch them. See what Lava Lake has. I don't think this can be missiles. Or missile launcher, rather. Has to be an expansion. It's a little quieter, but that's alright. Yeah, if mains were on plant, that'd be goofy. But I don't think Amojini is going to do it. Oh yeah, MDS didn't go back for supers. That's something to remember. Amojini is probably going to find it. I'd like Amojini to save here. Crashes are a thing that can happen. And I missed what was in back of Burn Dome. Supers were lower Gathering Hall. Or Water Hall, excuse me. In the water. I'm not hearing anything for Amojini. They might just be really quiet, so I'm going to switch back to MDS. Back of Burn Dome was energy thing. Thank you. Am I missing any upgrades on these players? I believe Amojini has no artifacts. Supers weren't collected. Okay, good. Spider Ball wasn't collected by MDS because they didn't go to Magmor yet. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out for them, but that's okay. I think they're behind, but not too far behind. The bigger time loss, I think, has been just the whatchamacallit? The detour to nursery. No, not nursery. Shrine. And the detour to Water Hall that didn't work out. Non-logic. No. No, actually, yes, we can in logic. No, non-logic. We don't have PBs. Obtainable, yes, but non-logic. Lower furnace was a missile. MDS doing the climb. Amojini now going to do Shrine. I don't think they touched Shrine at all yet. Let's see what it's upper furnace. Is that Ice Beam? That kind of looks like Ice Beam. Ooh, that's... that means once we find May PBs, Ice Beam is in logic. Alright, so MDS I assume is going to go back for supers. Although supers do absolutely nothing for us right now. From MDS's perspective. So I wouldn't be surprised if they elect to just go Magmor. I would like them to either go Magmor or Plant. Plant is a little bit risky, and I don't think anybody would do it. It's aggressive, but it's an option. And instead I would like them... they could do Plant to Magmor, and then... maybe they want to pick up supers now, go do Plant, go to Magmor, and then realize, aha, we have Spider. Let's go back to, let's go back and do Sun Chamber too. But that could easily be skipped and be perfectly reasonable. They're going to like to go to supers. In the meanwhile, Amojini is starting to make their way deeper into Chozo. Oh, Lava Lake. That is something that MDS did not do. They could have, I believe. Or they didn't have a power bomb. Not doing this the best way. They could have saved some more HP, but they should be able to do this. I don't believe this is a particularly hard jump. Let's see what's Lava Lake. Energy tank. There's a super missile. So this is a detour that didn't work out for Amojini. Sorry, Magma Pool. Excuse me. A lot of things are happening. Amojini's soon going to run into some artifacts. I gotta remember to not knock those down. So finally a detour didn't work out for Amojini, but this the detours that MDS took are more painful. So, not doing Plant. Might go to do Magma Pool now. We'll see. In which case the detour Amojini took won't be as punishing. And elects to avoid it. I'm okay with that. Magma Pool isn't in logic. When doing this room, you want to scan the back one first. I believe it's faster. Speedrunners do it in that order. I believe they checked the tree. This is a missile. Okay. So let's see what Upper Dynamo is. Oh, actually no. MDS is further behind than I thought. They have to detour for Upper Dynamo, so let's see what Upper Dynamo is. If it's something significant, then that'll be a disaster. There's our first artifact for Amojini. And let's see what's Upper Dynamo. If it is something, that would be kind of a disaster. It is not. Okay. Good. They still might feel the need to go back for it later on. Hopefully they don't have to. It wouldn't be ideal for them. Now, I don't know if MDS saw what was in Gallery Tunnel. They probably saw it, so they're not going to go back for it. In the meantime, Amojini's probably going to find the super missiles in Lower Gathering Hall. Or Lower Water Hall, excuse me. Gonna get them? Now, they are in logic, I do believe. I do believe this trick is in beginner. If they are not, someone can correct me. No, does Amojini do... plant. I kind of feel like plant is okay here, because we can do both without... But I know that Sam is not much of a plant enjoyer, so he might advise against it. I'm not too familiar with Astrolacos. I don't know what their playstyle is like. I don't know if they're, I don't know what their tendencies are, but we'll see. Seems like plant has been avoided. But Zoid and, Zoid is sensible to me, and it does mean that we will have access to ice. Now, I'd love to see MDS... Yes, thank you. Super missiles for both. Thank you very much. Super missile, super missile. And I believe Amojini did Upper Gathering Hall. I'm just going to assume that they did. And we're going to elect to do Zoid. So I hope MDS goes and checks that this is a missile. Or better yet, just skips it entirely. They're electing to go pick up these missiles, which I'm okay with. Oh, okay. They're electing to go grab them. So this will confirm our logic chain, our early game logic chain. Unless I missed missile launcher somewhere else, that's obvious. Hopefully they pick it up. They like to pick it up, so let's see. Missile launcher? No! Huh. Where's missile launcher? Triclops spin. Oh, because it can be opened with charge beam. I thought you couldn't open it with... I thought you couldn't open it with charge beam. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Problem solved. So that's why Amojini checked it. Excuse me. My apologies. So, MDS is going to... I assume MDS is going to go to Fen from here. But that ice beam does give me pause a little. As soon as you see that spider, they might want to turn around and go grab that ice beam. And then do frigate crash light climb, which is in logic, technically. Because I believe Upper Furnace is in logic with space jump, spider, and bombs. I do not believe you need boost. Because if you needed boost, well, you would need boost and power bombs. Nominally. Climbing that room, I think, is beginner with space jump and bombs and spider. I think without spider, it's intermediate because that bomb jump is a little tricky. They're gonna be able to pick up that ice beam. Are they gonna go further into Chozo? Like that is an option. Going further into Chozo. Frigate crash like climb isn't logic yet. The missile launcher is not needed. I was just curious about it because you can pick up expansions, but the game doesn't consider expansions when it comes to logic. I think you can make it do that, but in most playthroughs, most randomizer playthroughs, people will like not to. So what it tells us is if, so what that means is we've picked up missile expansions, but we haven't found missile launcher. So that could mean that the missile launcher can only be in a few places, which if you're smart about it, means you can skip some checks. Because you know that that's going to be missile launcher, and missile launcher is nothing special. You can do whatever you want with it. So it looks like MDS is going to go towards Fen, or now they're just going to realize that Spider Ball's there, and now they have a choice. They can either go straight towards Fen, but they don't have power bombs. Oh, that's painful. Not picking up that power bomb and vault. It is wave beam. Wave beam. It looked like ice beam on my end. My apologies for those of you who called wave beam. So that means further into Chozo we can go. We can do antechamber. We can do actually, I mean, we can check antechamber. We can check crossway. We can check Yeah, antechamber, and then after that, we can save warp, do Tower of Light, or just go defend. Options. If it's Vanilla Ice again, mother of God. Electing not to go further into Chozo. We're gonna go back. If you're doing this, I would like to see, maybe like to see. That is a convenient PBS. I would maybe like to see. Oh, Spider Ball also for MDS. Excuse me. Let me finish my thought. I would like to see Plant maybe, because Plant isn't logic. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. We still don't know where main PBs are, but eventually Plant won't be in logic. Or second Plant. Sun Chamber to Electric Blue. But NDOS has some options. It looks like they're discussing it right now, which direction to go, and it appears they're going to go back to Chozo. Perfectly reasonable choice. The Wave Beam is there. Spider Ball unlocks it. Excellent choice. Now, main PBs... Spider Ball doesn't lock huge portions of the game, so I don't know if we want to start hunting for main PBs or start trying to deduce that. Honestly, main PBs could be anywhere with our equipment. It doesn't point us anything. It just reduces the amount of checks that it could be by one, honestly. There's too many. Yes, Plant is in logic, but not Sun Chamber 2. Or the Ghosts. Ah! I forgot about this. Of course, Training Chamber Loop. Wave Beam unlocked. I thought we already checked Magma Pool, but we didn't check Training Chamber. Not as good info to get. Oh, sea daisies, we fell. Should be okay, we have enough E-tanks, but this is a bit spooky. We don't want to fall again. If we fall again, that would be bad. Shouldn't be too hard. But Amojini, I don't know when the last time Amojini saved. Please don't fall again. Okay, good. So I think from here we go to Tower of Light. Missile expansion. Darn. And energy tank training chamber. Okay. The only thing left in Chozo is Plant and Ghosts, Tower of Light, and Far Chozo. I don't believe there are any checks that we aren't aware of. Magmore, all of early Magmore has been cleared, and we're not going to be going to Fen until Amojini picks up Tower of Light. And if power bombs are there, that might compel them to do Plant, which I'm not sure I agree with. Yes, Tower Chamber. When I say Tower of Light, I assume both items. They're so close to each other. I just assume both. So off to Tower of Light we go. In the meantime, MDS, I'm gonna be doing, gonna be getting that wave beam. Another time cost because they've already traversed this area significantly. So if I'm then I'm starting to feel a little concerned about how much we've had to do detours. I would start to feel like we're a little behind. Amojini, by comparison, has only done one redundant check. So I'd feel good if I were them. Workstation is an option now too, but it is still not in logic without those main PBs. Something to be considered. In the future, I'd like to see them add an option to make it so that when I highlight something in the tracker, it just shows whether or not the item's in logic. So maybe like it's only lit up by half, as in like the person has the item, but it is not in logic. I think that's important for this tournament where, as a beginner, you want to really pay attention to what the logic expects of you. Whereas more experienced players can keep it in the back of their head that what they were doing is out of logic. Tower of Light, absolutely nothing. Tower Chamber, absolutely nothing. Did I miss any upgrades? No. You don't have to do this climb, you have Spider Ball. MDS. We always forget. Oh boy. In forgetting the intended path, that is a consequence of speedrunning. And I guess playing Randomizer. Amojini. Although Amojini might feel a little behind considering the training chamber loop also gave us nothing. But I don't think they should be. I think the routing just kind of worked out well. So I think it's okay. Now the question is, where do they go? It seems like they're going to go towards Magmore. I don't know what's faster, whether or not to go towards Lava Lake this way or to go towards Twin Fires. Now it could be that they're electing to do the workstation play, which, you know, that's out of logic, but okay. Maybe they know reverse starter skip. I doubt it. It is possible to do it with simple jumps and then an R jumps. And then going through Lava Lake, my rationale going through Lava Lake is that you have one elevator as opposed to two. You do have more rooms, but I don't know. There hasn't been timing done on it. MDS also electing to not do the check. Maybe because is the peg jump in logic? I think the peg jump is beginner. It is just it just requires space jump to do the peg jump, so we don't need spider ball. But maybe they think it's non-logic. But it also is also a rather risky check. It is only one check, and then you probably have to save warp if you want to do anything reasonable. So that might be a consideration. I feel like if you're going this way, probably just thinking, alright, let's just do Training Chamber Loop and Tower of Light, which is going to net us nothing, but our opponents has also done that. We don't know that, but there you go. This room is an auto load, so you can take your time on this a little bit. I think they were a bit slow and lost and didn't beat the load. Although unmorphing is kind of slow, maybe that's their rational, but something to keep in mind. That room with the optional morph ball tunnel is an auto load, so you can just L walk straight towards it. So, electing to do Fen, Discipline play. It'd be kind of crazy to go towards workstation. Still wondering what Thardus is going to be. That is kind of a big hole. Or not Thardus, excuse me, Plant. Doing the ghost fight is out of logic, but it is available, so I kind of feel like maybe that is a good idea to do it, simply because backtracking for it now would cost a lot of time. The only things that are available for us are late Chozo, and that's a far cleaner elevator than having to go back for Plant. MDS is going to find the bad news that they're going to have to do another redundant check. And if their coach, or excuse me, their mentor and them have been paying attention, they probably should feel like they're behind right now, because there is a world where you could have routed this where a lot of their redundant checks weren't done. Something to consider. But in retrospect, it might be hard to, or in the heat of the moment, it might be hard to tell. That's pretty advanced. I don't imagine the beginners would realize that they're behind, but maybe the mentors would be able to realize that they're behind, and then maybe it's time to start doing some more risky checks. So we might see Plant here, but as a mentor, do you want to tell your player, all right, time to do risky stuff, without them realizing that they're behind? It looks like we're going to be disciplined here and do Training Chamber, but we could still go back to do Plant. In the meantime, we're going to be doing our early fen checks for Amojini. Nothing behind the ice. We do have super missiles to check Chozo Ice Temple, but Chozo Ice Temple is an artifact, I believe. Yes, it is an artifact, so we don't even have to do the check. So in this case, it does mean that maybe going towards Chapel is not a great idea. Skipping Chapel is an option here, but we do have Wave Beam and it is in logic, so who knows. In the meantime, Ice on Ice Runes East is nothing. In the meantime, let's look at... Okay, hold on. Oh my goodness, that is... that is nice. Now going towards Chapel is great. Wonderful. This is good routing. You could be tempted to go to Chapel early, but Plasma. We get rewarded for Plasma for good routing here. So now we check chapel because we're going to get the item there, going to get the artifact there anyway. And then after that, we're going to go deeper into Fen. Mains? Where'd you see mains? Ranko, sorry. Oh, well, plasma isn't in logic. That's right. Plasma's still in not in logic. That's unfortunate. It's gonna start to get hairy. If main PBs show up in chapel, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Ah, they're wondering. Okay. I believe doing the bomb slot here is faster, and then doing this second is just routes a little better. Third artifact for Amojini. I hit the third artifact button. Yes, I did. Okay. A little bit of delay. Oh, and wave beam for MDS. MDS getting the bad news. I wonder if MDS and them are seeing these bad wave checks and they're starting to get concerned. Like now they're starting to think, oh boy, I'm starting to fall behind because the conservative checks have yielded nothing. Sorry, yes. Oh, and plasma, excuse me. Okay. So, I think for Amojini the routing is pretty simple here. We just go into Fen, deeper into Fen. I think the only missing puzzle piece is Plant and Farchozo. Antechamber is in logic, and Plant are in logic. Those are the only things that we are orphaning in logic. Out of logic, we would be orphaning Sun Chamber 2. Ghosts. Meanwhile, MDS, I didn't see which elevator they were taking, excuse me. Looks like it is the lava lake. No. Oh, we're going back towards, no, this is the, Chozo main entrance. Excuse me. And they're going to be taking the same route as Amojini, which is unfortunate. They were just clearly behind here. Amojini took this elevator a long time ago. I don't know how many minutes. So they are very much still behind. I'm going to try Amojini's audio again. See if it's clear. What is that? That looks like ice beam. Oh boy. Alright, they're a little quiet. I hope you guys don't mind. I hope that's okay. But that is ice beam for Amojini. That is interesting. So that means Farchozo is in logic. Farchozo is in logic. We still don't have maybe main PBs or Grav, so workstation's not in logic yet. So that means, goodness, what does that mean? I think that means Fen here has to have something. If that was, but they don't have boost, so observatory. No, they can. They can. So if we find main PBs here, so okay, so the only item that's right now in logic, I believe, is Plant and this and Research Lab Hydra, because that's a super missile lock. I think this has to be something or Plant. If this is nothing, that tells you Plant has something. And it might be boost on Plant. Or it might be thermal. If it's thermal, then that puts Thardus in the logic. If it's Grav, that also puts Thardus in the logic. Saving here, that's a good idea. So what this upcoming item is really tells us a lot. If it is nothing, Plant has something. If it is something, then it can be a lot. Yes, it does. Oh boy, it does. Oh boy, it does. Okay, this has to be. What can this be then? I have no idea. It can't be mains, if that's true. Oh boy. Rigid crash site climb is in logic. Antechamber is in logic. Late Chozo, goodness. Yeah. So nothing we're doing here is in logic. So late Chozo or plant are the only logical checks here. I hope they recognize this. I think this is a good play regardless, especially if we can do Observatory Dash. Just do this. It doesn't matter. Just do this. Look for boost. We need it for Life Grove. Yeah. Antechamber, Overgrown Cavern are in logic and plant. So even though I just hope they keep this in mind, that what they're doing right now is non-logic at all. Although they might be tricked into thinking it, just like we were. Haul the Elders. Haul the Elders as well. Yeah, so like, strangely enough, it's the Icy Beam checks that are in logic, even though we just now got it. In the meantime, MDS is missing that missile shot. That's funny. See what this is? Missile. Okay. This cannot be main PBs. So we know main PBs cannot be here. We know that... I think it's the only item that can't be here. I think every other... I think Boost can be here. Boost can't... we don't know if Boost can be in labs. We don't know because Workstation is still not in logic. We don't have Gravity Suit. We don't have in logic Spider. Main PBs could be Research Core, I think. Because then if main PBs are Research Core, that tells you something. That tells you that Gravity is your way to Workstation. No. Because Wave Beam is Workstation, so no. Yeah, sorry. I keep forgetting. Wave Beam is locked by Power Bombs. Wave Beam is locked by Power Bombs. So anything that's yeah. And we need Wave Beam to get to Workstation to get to Workstation, yeah, etc. Yes, thank you. So if that's the case, then labs can't be anything. They can be Gravity Suits or Phazon. Or the visors. We're just doing, but it can't be Boost. So I'm not sure I like this play. It can't be Boost. And we need Boost. I believe we need Boost for Life Grove. We need Boost. Workstation's an artifact. Plasma Processing, we need Boost. So, this play is a bit questionable now that we've kind of pieced together the logic. Where's Plasma Beam on this list? Plasma Beam, there it is. MDS will run into Ice Beam as well. I hope they read that labs is non-logic at all. Nothing in Research Core. So this is a big play. If they decide to turn around, if they decide to save warp, they will have caught up. They will realize that the play is Farchozo here. And I think it has to be. Or at the very least, they'll realize that mains has to be Farchozo. Or maybe Gravity. No. No. Workstation is just cannot be in logic until Wave Beam is in logic. So this has to be Farchozo. I think it actually just has to be Farchozo. Or Frigate Crash Site Climb. I think that's logic. If anybody can explain that, can clear that up. I think mains have to be Farchozo. So maybe this play by into labs is actually perfectly fine. Because you know that PBs are in Farchozo or plant. I just mean going towards workstation. I just mean using workstation as a path to Farfan. Or to go for additional items. And yes, let me post you guys the artifacts. These are, I think, let me remove. Actually, I'll just put the whole list in. That's fine. We have 3 of these. So, if I'm correct, then this labs play just made perfect sense. And perfectly reasonable. We'll have to ask them about this. How they were reading the logic here, considering that Wave Beam was not in logic. And there's Ice Beam for MDS. If we had X-Ray, we could check this, but it's another Metroid, and it's a pretty one. Ooh, another purple one. Okay, so now let's see what MDS does. The labs play is perfectly fine. Do they do Thardus, though? If you do Thardus here, you can skip labs. And we found nothing in labs. Flamethrower, hello. And I believe they also picked up Ice Spreader. Amojini did. In Ice Runes West. Indeed, we are valid. We're going to turn around for that item. Yes, we are. So we should be getting... What is it? Ice Spreader. Yes. In the meantime, what's... Oh, no, nothing. Okay. Yes. Unless bombs is all you need for Thardus, which I've been told is a thing. But now I'm being told the other opposite, so... What's that? That looks like a missile. Okay, so this Fen play has just been absolutely nothing. Electing to grab the E-Tank. Now, MDS. What do we do here? If we go back to Chozo... if we go back to Chozo... We are risking... I don't know. I think labs is a pretty obvious option. It's just, we have to remember that it's not logic. Meepy, the artifacts are these. Let me remove the ones we... Actually, let me just... I think you can figure out which ones we've already gotten. We have Wave Beam is non-logic because Spider Roll is locked by Power Bombs. So right now, nothing these players are doing is in logic. Going into labs, going into... going into labs, going into Farfen, non-logic. So we think that main power bombs has to be in Chozo, either plant or Hall of the Elders or Antechamber or Overgrown Cavern. Those are our only logical checks. Plant is in logic KR as well. Ghosts are not, unless PBs are in Ghost. If we do find PBs, Far Labs are still non-logic because we don't have Boost. And I'm pretty sure Boost... We might find Boost, but it still wouldn't put Labs into logic because we'd need Power Bombs. So it'll sort itself out. Yes, and Plasma Beam as well. But Plasma hasn't locked anything yet. So, aside from Ice Spreader, which I think we're okay with. Even though it is my favorite beam combo. Another E-Tank, which is nice. Labs is going to be much safer. We have a suit and I don't know how many E-Tanks. 6. MDS doing the Observatory Dash. We're going to check Kumon. Still non-logic. I think these are all Hail Marys for Phazon suit and visors. Which makes me question this play, just because... I mean, actually, I don't know. I don't know. We need boost. And I'm guessing they're just praying that that boost is here. If they find PBs, yeah, I don't think they should fight Arthritis either. I mean, they have the items. They can. But now they go get the workstation artifact. I'm not sure I want to go to Mines here. I mean, it is... it is the most check dense option, so I'm guessing that's what they do. Still not logic, because without that, without anything here. Now, if MDS fails Observatory Dash and just decides to bail out and go back to Chozo, that might be a blessing. Assuming Chozo has Boost Ball, which we know that one of the checks cannot be Boost Ball because one of them have to be main PBs. Amojini gonna save. I like that. Just good to save. Grab the workstation. Now, after that, options. Yeah. Yeah. I keep regretting, I keep like backtracking on whether or not doing all this out of logic stuff is a good idea, but it actually is a good idea because it's just the most check dense. Right? We don't need to check what item this is because we already know it is, why are we not picking it up? We have Wave Beam, it's non-logic. Amojini's doing their second jump way too early here. I don't know why he didn't pick up Workstation. I guess we're going to come back here for plasma processing anyway, so might as well do it with thermal. Maybe they just don't know where the conduits are. That's okay. That's a little weird. But plasma processing is an artifact, guys, so it's not a complete disaster. It's a little suspicious, but it's okay. I'm not too bothered by it. We need boost for plasma processing in Life Grove anyway. And we're going to come back for plasma processing. If plasma processing wasn't an artifact, I would be very confused by this. It would be a blunder. But I don't think I'm guessing Sam would have realized this. I'm pretty sure Sam would have just told them, "Nah, don't waste your time on it. It's probably faster to have boost there anyway." So MDS is losing a lot of time on this observatory dash. I think they're just not getting enough speed. The mentors are Astral Echoes for MDS and Samuel, the one and only Samuel, for Amojini. Now, a lot of mines is in logic. The only part that isn't, I don't believe, is elite research is the room? Yes. Elite research. That one requires boost ball, but assuming boost ball isn't in Jozo, then yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of checks here. Oh man, MDS losing a bunch of time here. That's unfortunate. I've been learning this dash the hard method. I haven't been learning the method where you do the dash from here. When they do the dash from here, it seems pretty easy, but the hard method where you just jump up and then immediately scan, that one's pretty tricky. You need to have a really good jump timing there. Get max speed and height, which I am weak at. So I don't really have much commentary in terms of the routing. I guess the choice is here, do we go do upper mines? Or lower? We don't have X-ray, so doing lower is kind of hard to justify, but we don't have boost ball, so doing upper is kind of hard to justify. Okay, fair enough. We can do, and MDS elects to quit out, which is good. They're going to be upset about this, but this actually turns out to be a good idea. Now, if they fight Thardus and boost there, that's rough. Then that's I think they're going to have to. I don't know if MDS knows Thardus skip. Oh, we did not murder the pirate. We have now murdered the pirate. Okay, so Thardus coming up. Mineral Man. I don't believe they got Flamethrower. Flamethrower was where? Far Chozo. X-ray visor. My goodness. From bad to worse for MDS. I can only hope that boost ball is on Thardus. I think that's the only thing I can save him at this point. Barring a catastrophic crash or something. X-ray is not required for any of our artifacts, but it does mean that lower mines is an option. Oh, they have Ice Beam as well, excuse me. Ice Beam for MDS. Take your bets, chat. Where are we going to find some things? Grabbing missile, that's perfectly fine, especially if we're going to go do a bunch of fights. I think a lot of players are a little bit sheepish. Ah, but Meepy, what if we get a random elevator that takes us to Frigate in space? Then how will you feel? Is it possible for random elevators to take us to Space Frigate? Down we go. Yeah. So you're right this time, Meepy, but you got to be careful. Who knows? Maybe there were RAs that we forgot to mention. And then you would look silly. In the meantime, MDS does get the power bomb, and oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary refineries, we have a race. Mineral Man is hiding a little bit of a secret. Never punished, Jay, indeed. Never punished. Oh yes, I am also the tracker. So I will input the Phazon suit into the tracker. MDS is unfortunately going to do Farfen, I assume, or do labs backwards and find absolutely nothing. But I think they're okay with that plant or with that Mineral Man play. What was in store, Jeepaway? A missile. That is true, Delta. That is true. So it's not. So it's not as big as I was making it out to be, but still, that is hilarious. Because I think the only check they haven't done is Stardust. Literally the only check, and they're gonna do labs. Oh man. So any advantage they're. Oh, never mind. They are turning around. Oopsie, down we go. Some people prefer to do Farfen this way. It's not a good idea. Because we don't have gravity suit. We're going to have to do some silly jumps to get out of the water otherwise. In the meantime, Amojini is going to now run into Elite Research. Yeah. Still, getting Phazon suit here is a nice little touch. It might be the difference maker. Because we'll just see. But unfortunately, MDS is going to do all Fen. And they're only going to be rewarded with a flamethrower. Hopefully they skip labs. If they skip labs, then who knows? The question is, do they make this? I think the thing that will decide this race is whether or not they do decide to do Far Chozo. If they decide to do Chozo after this, then maybe we have a race in our hands. But if they do not, yeah. Because if Boost is in Chozo, then we can completely skip mines. Completely and totally. So far, it's not looking good. for boost ball. I think Amojini, I think the correct play is to stay in mines. And assuming that PBs are in Chozo and an Overgrown Cavern, then Lower Mines is in Logic. All of Lower Mines is in Logic, so... And it is available to us. We have X-Ray, which I forgot to add. X-Ray. There it is. In the meantime, MDS struggling with the branch. Okay, so they are going up, so they're going to check... They're going to do this check, or at least they're going to blow open the wall. They do have X-Ray to at least check the item. Are they going to actually go and get it? I guess we will find out shortly. And down we go. We don't know where thermal is, so gravity doesn't unlock anything. Well, no, it doesn't unlock anything because we don't have boost to do Hydro Access Tunnel. It also, I mean, no. Gravity doesn't lock on a Hydro Access Tunnel. Actually, it does. Yeah, sorry. No, I'm hungry actually right now. I might, if nothing shows up here in Upper Mines, I might just go grab a snack. Apologies. So what is in here? A missile that looked like. So now we're going to... Oh, there's valid. Well, I mean, Meepy, you can feel free to sign up to the comms. I will gladly host you. And you can take care of the chat while I go make a little Sammy or get some chips or something. Feel free, Meepy, if you want. What other checks? Oopsie daisies, down we go. That's unfortunate. Still gonna climb up. What other upper mines check? Just storage depot B, the grapple chamber, and that's it. Just one more check. So after that check, I'm just gonna grab a snack, and yeah, I just want to see what that check is. If it's boost, then I can go grab my snack, knowing that the race will be over by the time I get back, because that is pretty much GG. If not, then I can go grab a snack and come back and see whether or not Amojini decides to go to Chozo or go back to Lower Mines. Whew. MDS in the meantime, finishing up there for our Chozo. I'm going to be disappointed to, well, either they're going to be pleased to find that they're valid now, but a little disappointed that they cannot, you know. Phazonsu was in our good old friend Mineral Man, Boulder Bro, Amethyst Adversary, Concrete Companion, Pebble Pal, Thardus. Looks like Amojini is going to go back down to Lower Mines. And Storage Depot B was nothing, so I will be right back. I doth return. I'm probably going to mute again just to, so you guys don't hear chewing noises. I got some chips. I got a little bit of red. In the meantime, Amojini is going to Lower Mines, missile on Central Dynamo. And MDS, unfortunately, is going to do labs as well. So, all right. That was a nice mouthful. I like Granite Gladiator. That's a good one. Diorite Devil. Obsidian. Obsidian something. Now, I don't know if I like this labs play because I don't... Well, actually, no. It can be in logic if we find main PVs in Chozo. So never mind. We've already... Obsidian opponent. Thank you. Here comes another mouthful of chips. Looks like something's in MQA. No, it has to be a rock. It has to be a rock theme. Gravity, oh boy. That puts back a frigate into logic. I think reverse frigate is so Meepy, it has to be like the name of a rock and then like a letter or like the second word has to start with the same letter. So sitting opponent, Mineral Man, Boulder Row, Concrete Companion, Amethyst Adversary, Granite Gladiator. Evil Enemy is kind of funny. Now, that gravity suit does kind of give me pause. That is kind of stinky. We might have another 100% seed. But this one's a lot smoother than the last one that I tracked for. Or, yeah. That one was rough. In the meantime, MDS is doing Frigate Crash Site Climb. Or are they going to do Cargo Freight Lift? Frigate Crash Site Climb. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, Overgrown Craven does not have made PVs. Oh, excuse me, I forgot Gravity Suit. I'm also tracking. Now, guys, you know where Boost might be able to be? Could it be in PMT? No, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, if Boost was in PMT, that would be incredible. Thank you, Jay. That would be... Oh man. That would be legendary. That would mean that... that would mean... If that happened, that would mean that, that would mean that MDS actually would be in a huge lead. All the elders next. So now, like, One of these has to be power bombs. I think we're pretty sure that it has to be power bombs. But again, this is a novice commentator, so I may be wrong. In the meantime, Amojini has been finding very little. The only thing they've gotten for this trip to mines has been X-ray, which is kind of nice for EXO. No, excuse me, for Essence, but otherwise kind of bad. Because this is a lot of time we've spent in mines for absolutely nothing. So right now, we're just praying that OP has something. I think OP is okay to do. We have the toolkit, we have supers, we have... Yeah. Oh, another missile. There are main PBs, all the others. Okay, so the logic chain wanted you to go to Fen to get Ice Beam, to then come back to Magmor to get Spider, to then get Wave Beam, to then come to here. Well, you can get Wave Beam or main PBs here. Or to then get Wave Beam. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you get Wave Beam after Spider. Okay. That's kind of sucks. That kind of sucks, but let's see. Oh. Uh-oh. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary fineries, this is a race. Oh boy. Oh my god, I don't know. Now I don't know. Oh boy. Where is Boost Ball here? There it is. And now Amojini is going to find this as well. Mines is dead. And Amojini didn't do OP, by the looks of it. Which turned out to be the correct decision. Oh man. Oh boy howdy. And Phazon Su was on Thardis as well. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I feel like Amojini kind of played and routed better this game. But MDS selecting to not go to mines. And going to mines was a perfectly reasonable choice. There was just more checks there. There were just more checks there, and it was a good safe bet to assume that the fact that main PBs... So now we know main PBs... No, wait. No. Wait, where were main PBs? Again? It was Hall... No, oh, wait. Oh. No, it expects you to go get Wave and then come back and get Wave? Get Plasma and then come back to Hall of the Elders. Because it was... Because Boost was... Elder Chamber. Now, MDS still might feel like they're behind. But they're not. They're in fact not. Yeah. PBs were Ice Beam locked, which we already knew. Or, well, it could have been Plant. But, yeah. Yeah, a lot of logical backtracking to get Boost Ball. You have to go to Fen, get Ice Beam, or go to Fen, get Spider, or go to Fen, get Ice Beam. Come here, get main PBs, go back to Magmor, get Spider, go back to Fen to get... Go back to Furnace to get Wave, go back to Fen to get Plasma, come back to here to get Boost. Yeah, you do have to double dip to Chozo. And unless Thermal is on Plant, those super missiles were useless. Those super missiles unlocked nothing. Oh man. Now it seems like MDS is just ahead. Like cleanly, not even... So this is already known. The bad news hasn't reached them yet. The bad news is going to reach them pretty soon. I mean, it can only, like... It could have been an OP. It could have been an OP, but... So I don't know if they're going to feel happy that they found it here, or if they... Or sad that they just... That they could have gotten this, like, ages ago. Oof. There's a bad news. Or good news, I don't know. What was that repo? That was rude. Now they're going to go to Life Grove to pick up the artifact. Thermal can be... Thermal could be in biohazard containment or hat. Thermal could be plant or ghosts or OP. But I don't think we need it. It just can't be cargo freight lift. Yes, thank you, Kirby. I don't think there's any reason to be checking these. I guess, like, if you stumble into thermal... I think... yeah, why not? For MDS aside, that is. Yeah. I mean, it's a drive-by. It's okay. That's okay. They don't know... Oh, yeah, yeah, it can only be thermal. It can't be X-ray. X-ray blocks that. It's okay. It's okay. I don't mind it. It's not too bad. It's like barely a mistake, honestly. Meanwhile, Amojini doing our left grip checks. Oh, they also have boost, excuse me. Where's boost ball? And, yes, they do. I guess maybe... No, yes, they do. It can't... that area cannot be accessed without X-ray, logically. You cannot do Arbor Chamber without X-ray. Or Upper Root Cave without X-ray. In logic. That might change in the future. It might be turned to beginner logic, which I'm okay with. Because I don't think it seems pretty... I don't think it's that difficult to find the stambles. Yeah. I'm so happy that change was made. I love that change. Amojini returning to start. Now I think it's just about execution. Amojini still can salvage this if they just do everything a little faster. Gonna be rough, but it's closer than I thought it would be. MDS is definitely ahead, but yeah. Yeah, the frigate crash I climbed, I really love that one. I like more unique logic. A lot of people dislike, you know, the Human bombs or Thar's bomb stuff, but I'm like, yes. I don't want every seed progressing like you get Varia and Jozo, and then you go to Magmore, and then you go to Fen, and then you go to Labs, and then you do Mines or Farfen. Like the Frigga Crash Site climb really made it spread out a bit more. Oh, Amojini doesn't have Phazon too. That's oh, I don't know how they're gonna come back from that though. I forgot. Oof, man, really unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. MDS has to fight Thardus too. Like, it's not just, oh, you come and pick it up. You have to fight Thardus. You have to fight the mineral man. So that's gonna cost even more time. Oof. Ooh, man. That is painful. Where are we going? Is there a save station nearby? This is Mines. This is PPC. Huh? What? Please no. Please no. Oh no 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 no. No, 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 no. Please tell me it's just some, like... I mean, it's gonna work out. Boost was in Elder Chamber, AP. And now Amojini is behind, significantly. Because they decided to go Mines when that was a sensible play, and MDS decided to go Chozo when that was also a sensible play. Chozo was a little bit more aggressive, but... Actually, quite a bit more aggressive, but it just worked out. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the workstation save. What? Yeah, no. Yeah, I forgot about workstation. Why not just save in workstation? Gravity was in Mines. Gravity was in MQA. They're gonna find X-ray. Like, this is gonna work, but like, is it worth the time investment? I don't know. That elevator trip is like... How long is one... Yeah, I mean... Okay. I am really confused by this decision. Okay, now we're turning around, so it was just for a visor. That is a very risky play. That could have, like... If X-ray was there, they could have just thrown the race with this one. And they're still kind of throwing a little bit here. I know, I cannot condone this. This is like, that's a lunatic play, frankly. Yeah, Metroid Master, it is no. This is like straight up lunatic play. That is just crazy. And now we gotta do this climb, and like, they have not been comfortable with climbs. And oh boy, here we go. This is... It is Metroid Master, right? Or no? Or is it Metroid Mist? Different people, I don't know. Yeah. Very different people, thank you, Audra. I don't know why. Yeah, we really gotta ask about this play. Maybe they're just that uncomfortable with Exo. Or, with Essence. I don't think it'll cost them, but this is very questionable. That's also... Well, they'd have to fight the drone. They'd have to fight the drone. I agree. I just don't know if they're that unconfident, like they're that bad at it. Maybe they're just that bad at it, and they're like, no, 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 no. We can't have that. Yeah, but then you have to do the maze. And that's a lot of time. The correct play would have been to just grab the artifact, workstation, save warp, finish the game. That's the correct play, but... climbing this, I guess, maybe oh, wait, that's what you're talking about. Like, instead of climbing PPC, just go to Vent Shaft and then to... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they're just not that confident. They were really struggling with some stuff, so... Yep. Still, a very, very something to ask about in terms of routing. You guys have any questions, let me know. I think there was something I wanted to ask them about from the early game, but that was literally an hour ago. And I don't remember now. Yeah, I don't know, Audra. I genuinely just don't know. We'll have to ask them. I mean, this is two eyes who agreed to this play. So maybe they probably know something about themselves that we do not. It's a bad play, and I'm guessing they probably know it's a bad play. Did I say two eyes or two pairs of eyes? For those of you just joining, don't be deceived. Amojini is very far behind. Oh, okay, BP. So anyway, they have two pairs of eyes. Excuse me, they have two eyes. At least two eyes. So now they're gonna get the Fen news and they're gonna realize it's your boy Mineral Man. I think they literally checked everything. Yes, thank you, Audro. I am also tracking and doing a bunch. And avoid Buster, they don't gravity suit, okay. And there's bad news. Phazon in Thardis. Mineral Man. MDS decided to do your boy Mineral Man. Well, at the time, Audra, we didn't think it was a big deal. Because, like, Amojini was so far ahead. Like, crazy far ahead. Like, really, really, really far ahead. And then the boost ball just happened to be in, like, the best spot for MDS. I mean, they did waste a bunch of time in Fen too, but Amojini wasted more in Mines. And it was a perfectly sensible play to go Mines. So off we go, Amojini. Oh, they even have the Cobblestone Crusader, yeah. Boost Ball was very required. Super Dodeca Giga required. It was required for Plasma Processing and Life Growth. Yeah. So the logic chain, so interestingly, they were out of logic for most of the seed. Simply because Wave Beam was locked behind Spider, which was locked behind main power bombs. And main power bombs were in Hall of the Elders. No. Yes, Hall of the Elders. And so instead of... And this is something they knew. They knew it had to be either Plant, Far Chozo, or Overgrown Cavern. Instead of doing that, they decided to skip that and go to do Fen and stuff. It's just that MDS, I think, just had execution issues and a few early game routing issues. Like they did... Whereas Amojini did a bunch of better routing options at the beginning. They went through Magmore first, and then came back to Chozo smoothly through Lava Lake. Whereas MDS did Chozo first, then Magmore, then had to do some Chozo stuff, then finally get to Fen, and then when they got to Fen, they kept messing up the observatory dash, which may have been a blessing in disguise because they didn't do Far Labs, but then they ended up eventually doing Far Labs anyway, after they found Phazon. But then, whereas Amojini, once they had finished Fen, went to Mines, which is a completely sensible play considering their situation, MDS went to Chozo and found Boost Ball. And that's the game. Yep, Amojini also has to fight Ridley again because they save warped out, which I'm not sure which one's faster. Fighting Ridley again or traversing to Did they warp? Because they Amojini did reset. In the meantime, we have the grab over at over on MDS's side. Yeah, I saw that as well. That is correct, Ghost. That is the order. That's where all the items were. Shore Tunnel, Ice Runes East, and then Wave Beam. Wave Beam was Upper Furnace. Yeah, the Plasma Beam was the important part. The Plasma Beam gave us access to Boost Ball and Chozo. Sorry. Yeah. The Plasma Beam is the important part. The Wave Beam actually didn't matter for the Logic Chain to get boosts. But it did matter to get... There was. They got a PB expansion really early, both of them. I think the first PB expansion they found was in Transport Tunnel, whatever one the one is in Root Cave. So that's why they never got main PBs, because they knew main PBs had to be in Chozo, and that was quite the detour. And a low amount of checks. And there is Phazon Suits. I can now put the tracker away. Thank you guys for your patience with me. I'm the only tracker and commentator, and it was a little challenging for me, so I hope it was okay. Yeah, if there was no PB expansion, then this would have been a stinker. This one would have been a stinker. Oh man, it's so unfortunate. I think Amojini just played better, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just lose a race. That's unfortunate. Because they executed better, they did the observatory dash, they were cleaner on their routing, but unfortunately... Yeah. Unfortunately, right after Fen was cleared, Amojini just happened to make the wrong choice. In retrospect, it was... like, even in retrospect, I would have done that. I think literally everybody would have said, yep, Mines is more checks. This is a smarter play. Right? And going back to Chozo is very risky. That's it. MDS took a gamble and they got rewarded for it. Unfortunate, but there you go. That's Randomizer for you. But yeah, if I was Amojini, I would not feel bad about this race. I thought they played excellent. The routing was excellent. And they executed well enough. And despite the fact that they're losing this race, despite all that, they're not that far behind. Like, this is still going to be closer than you'd think. They do have to fight Ridley again, which I don't know if that's a good idea, but like if it was in Mines, then maybe resetting out would be okay. Like, if their save point was in Mines, then resetting out definitely probably saves time, but fighting Ridley again, I don't know. We're gonna have to ask the racers about that. Yeah, Delta. Sorry, I was finishing my snack. Okay. Now we're fighting the jellyfish. Amojini is just now entered back there, so highly unlikely that like it'd have to be a crash. Like if MDS crashes, then we're talking, but otherwise I don't see this happening. So we have to ask them about the X-ray check because that was the most questionable one. That was like, whoa, what are we doing? Don't throw this race. And it might have actually thrown the race if they like did not find a visor. Spend the pool, spend the pool, spend the pool, spend the pool. Oh. Now they have 2 pools up. Oh yeah, Squidward, that's right. Another question. How did this race go? So, asking them about. I guess we could ask them about the missile launcher logic and did it affect their routing decisions in the early game? Because the missile launcher was in Triclops pit. Yeah, where is thermal? We know where gravity is. We just don't know where thermal is. Nice HP. Spend the pool, spend the pool, spend the pool, spend the pool. Oh, I guess they don't have. They do have power arms, so this is silly, but that's okay. Something to work on. Essence, jellyfish, Squidward, please. Okay, good. So missile launcher and Triclops bit, which is funny. That's also stinky logic. That's like, think about how bad Triclops with missile launcher is. Like, oh boy, howdy. They would have had to turn around and do a bunch of shows over there. That's really done. They did. Ammo check lower mines. They just didn't check OP. They didn't check PCA or OP. They did not do the Omega Pirate boss fight. Mines was completely dead. I mean, technically, I don't... You guys can remind me, I believe in beginner logic, it does expect you to have visors for this fight. Right? So technically, mines is required, but otherwise it seems pretty dead. And GG? Okay, so we're gonna get them in pretty soon. In the meantime, it seems like Amojini is going to elect to finish the seed. I don't see anything in the race time noon. Nope. Okay. Yeah, chat, could you guys keep an eye out for that for me? Ooh, super missile on the dash. Interesting. See. All right. Multiple MultiDarkSamuses. Hello. Congratulations.
Hello.
GG.
Thank you. I have to ask.
Please do.
What happened?
You were behind the entire race until you found Boost Ball. Like really, really far behind, and then you found Boost Ball, and then you won. Pretty much how it went. Like, Amojini routed flawlessly up until Fen, and then after finishing Fen, they skipped Thardus, so that was a problem. They skipped Thardus. But the big routing divergence that won you the game was the fact that after you finished Fen, you did Chozo and Amojini did all of mines. Aside from OP. And that was what did it. To add insult to injury, you did Thardus and they didn't, so they had to go back to Thardus. But that was really what did it.
The Thardus fight was 100% an accident.
Really? Oh no.
So, what ended up happening was I went into labs expecting to do Observatory Dash, was just completely unable to do it today.
Yeah.
And was like, I want to go to back of Finn. So, I'm going to do Thardus.
Okay.
I'm going to use Thardus as a passageway. And when I saw the Phazon suit there, I was like, oh my god. If I had actually done Observatory Dash, there's no way I ever find this.
Yeah, and I was saying during the race, I'm like, this observatory dash would be a blessing because Fen is empty. Far Fen is empty, unless you're a flamethrower enjoyer, but otherwise completely empty. And then you turned around like, okay, good. Then you like to do Thardus. I was like, oh, okay. See what happens. Maybe if Boost Ball's here, then it's game. Then you get Phazon. I'm like, oh boy, oh boy. But chat calmed me down and was like, wait a second. I mean, Amojini did the entirety of Fens aside from Thardus, so they're gonna know that it's there. But then you found Boost, and I was like, oh boy, now chat, you guys gotta agree with me. This is a big deal.
That Boost location was unexpected for me.
The logical routing is ridiculous. So that missile launcher Triclops pit is hilarious.
I thought missile launcher was going to be in Gathering Hall Tunnel. Was like, okay, so
I don't think it can be there unless you do reverse vault, like reverse. No, it can't be there because of the missile lock to Hive Totem, both sides.
Oh right.
Wait, no.
Wait, hold on.
No. It can be there.
Remember.
No, it can be there. Yes, you're right. No, sorry, you're right. It can be there. It can be.
Yeah.
It could have been.
So we're just like, okay, we probably just missed launcher there. And then we found it in Triclops pit. It was like, okay. But yeah, that boost was also completely just luck.
I'm guessing I just put forfeit with Amojini, or just done. I guess I can hit done. Because they are done number 2. Hopefully this doesn't mess anything up.
Where was thermal?
Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. Oh, I just missed it. Chat, sorry. Thermal behind plant.
Plant. Oh. Okay. I almost did plant too.
Wave Buster and Hat. Okay. So we have all of the things accounted for.
But yeah, just I banked on hoping that boost would be somewhere near where we expected main PBs to be. It was like, if it's there, I'm right next to Life Grove Artifact Cleanup Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's in mines, I'm on the opposite side of the world, but at least I can save warp and get to mines through Magmore. So it really was just, I made a play really hoping it would pay off. Which I guess is just rando in general.
Amojini, welcome. GG's.
I am not Amojini. That's Amojini.
Oh, sorry. Hello, Samuel. I gotta have one question before I switch on over to Amojini. You actually okay? I'll ask about this now. So after you got that final artifact, you went to mines for the visor hunt. What was the rationale behind that?
We didn't have boost.
Oh no! Not you guys.
My rationale was I've never done visorless essence, and if somehow, because I really thought by then I was super far behind just with how so far out of logic I had routed the entire time, and I felt really far behind, and it was like, if I go into essence and I am ahead, visorless essence could actually cost me this.
Okay.
So I just decided mines. I hadn't even decided at that point if I was going to route front of mines, save warp, and go to bosses, or back of mines. And just finding that X-ray right in Boombox, I was like, okay, we're good now. I can fight Essence.
Okay, so yeah, if you've never done visorless essence, okay, that kind of makes sense. Chow was very confused about that, but that's understandable. That makes sense.
It was
'Cause
100% a safety
I think you
play.
guys got really
Close,
lucky
okay.
with it though, because you found X-ray and you were like, okay, great. But if it was yeah, that was the only questionable play. But I mean, yeah, I also understand why you guys would have felt behind because the early game was kind of a disaster, and then after that the Fen play just yielded nothing. I mean, you got phase on suit early, which was nice, but yeah. Yeah. As for you, Amojini, I think you guys actually played really, really well. It's just that there was one choice that changed the race. Do you want to know which one it was?
No. Yes, we do.
Do you want to take a guess at least?
Oh, I assume it was.
Boost
I mean, there's
ball.
two big things we missed. So
The boost ball, yeah. So
yeah,
you guys were routing pretty much equivalent overall equivalent, like the minor routing optimization choices. Like you guys did Magmor rather than Chozo, and they had to do Chozo, Magmor, Chozo, stuff like that, right? Pretty much identically otherwise, right? And then when you guys finished Fen, you went to Mines, which was nothing aside from X-ray, and they went straight to Chozo and found boost ball immediately, and that's
tragic.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You guys were really, really far ahead, and even still, you finished like close to each other. Right?
Yeah,
They
I mean,
they happened to do
kinda
farthest because they
confused.
missed observatory dash a bunch.
Oh
Ah.
wow.
Which
that'll do it.
overall it didn't really matter because the boost ball was such a big deal, but yeah, just insult to injury.
Oh well,
No.
it happens.
Yeah. Randy gonna rando.
Yeah.
Rando going to rando. Jesus. Good Lord.
How'd you guys feel
Not
about
big.
the logic chain this scene? It was like the missile launcher Triclops pit, hilarious.
What's that?
Wait,
We didn't pick
that
it
was
up.
there?
Yeah, that was Triclops pit.
We didn't.
Is that
pick
like
it
What
the
up.
is that
deepest
doing
possible
there?
missile launcher you can get? I think that might be like the furthest
It
possible
could
way.
be in Fendrana.
Could it really? Oh, it could be. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because Charge Beam can get through the ice, and there are that many missiles. That's hilarious. Okay. And then after that, the logic chain was get Ice Beam, get main PBs,
That's
get
right.
main PBs in Hall of the Elders, go back to Magmor to get Spider in short tunnel, and then go back to Fen to get Plasma to then go get Boost Ball to then beat the game. Oh, and get Wave Beam after the Spider, which is goodness. That is.
Just the best logic chain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Did
We
you
were
guys? And I'm guessing
theorizing
you
that
guys
PMC
figured
would be
out.
used.
I think both of you guys figured out that like that main PVs had to be in Chozo or Overgrown Tunnel, or Overgrown Cavern. right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we knew it. We thought it was on Flagra.
Yeah, it
and
could have
we
been a
just
Flagra
Made
as
the
well, yeah.
decision to not. We had 2 expansions.
Yeah, both of you guys put off just going back to Chozo for main PVs. Neither of you guys, both of you guys just realized, yeah, it has to be there. So we're not gonna go back.
Yeah. Basically.
It really just came down to PBs were in a bad location. Let's just ignore them for now.
And you guys had plenty of
Yeah.
PVs, so
It was really just boostable because you had beams very early.
Yeah.
More or less. And you had Spider, so and
Out of
grapples.
logic.
Everything was really
yeah.
more or less, but main PBs had to be logical early anyways.
Yeah,
so
because
it was
that
really
wave beam,
just figure out where boost is, because it could be in labs because you could enter it backwards. It could be in Farfen because nothing there requires boost. It could be practically anywhere in mines because you boost for a lot of stuff there. And it could be in Far Shozo,
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
unfortunate because
really-
I think you guys did a really good job. Like the routing was impeccable, everything was smooth, and going to mines was a more sensible play. Like it's just going to Chozo would have been aggressive, would have been pretty aggressive routing. So
Yeah. There's a justification where you could do Chozo first into mines, into like Magmor,
Yeah.
because if you have boost at that point, you can delay going to workstation or plaza processing without boost.
you're thinking
Because
Barskip?
we had to pass by there. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
That would route pretty smoothly if you did bar skip into mines. Yeah.
Just options, whatever feels like it works. The thing is that when you get Ice Beam, like we had Plasma and Wave at that point, so it would be perfectly reasonable to do either or.
Yeah, not knowing where Ice Beam was in the logic chain. Yeah, kind of made a mess of that, I guess.
How did you
Because
two
we
feel
thought
about MDS and Amojini? How did you two feel about routing? Was it one of those things where, like, I've heard this a lot from interviews. People were saying, like, if without a mentor here, I would have not known how to route this. Is this one of those seeds where that applied as well?
Honestly, I think Amojini, at least I know for Amogini's side, he's done pretty well with routing. Like I gave ideas, but he made a lot of routing decisions. I think you can definitely see a lot of mentees and their routing. They'll be able to make their own decisions more often than not now than they did before.
What about this seed? Was there anything that you found, like, confusing, Amojini?
not overall. I would have routed it much more inefficiently without a mentor.
Okay.
I would have.
I agree.
I would have gone back and forth a whole lot of times and been very indecisive. And a lot
What about you,
of
MDS? How'd you feel about routing this seed?
For the most part, I felt okay. There were a few times where I ended up asking what to do because just go back to Chozo or go to Finn.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple moments where I just ended up asking what to do. But overall,
Yeah.
I felt like I routed the seed. Or I could have routed the seed decently.
Could have or did?
Good question.
I think to bring up the micro routing choices, I think that was where you guys fell behind a lot in the early game. That was just Amogini routed directly into Magmor through Lava Lake very smoothly, finished Magmor into Lava Lake into Chozo very smoothly, and then continued through Chozo. Whereas MDS, you had to do 2 trips. You had to go Chozo, Magmor, Chozo again, and then some other minor things like a small detour to Shrine that was funny. I don't know if you remember that. You played a powerbomb, hit the cutscene, and then there goes the powerbomb.
I was upset by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only
I moved just far enough right to hit the cutscene. I didn't even know the cutscene trigger was there.
Yeah. I think otherwise, Amogini, the only routing inefficiency you did was like you dig magma pool twice, which is like that's how smooth you guys were doing everything, right? Like it was just great otherwise, right?
Only reason we did that is just because we had main PVs and grapple and Very at that point. So like that could have been Wave Beam. So
yeah,
or just any major that locked Wave Beam, you know.
Yeah, I don't object to the play. It was just an example of the and then another catastrophe, which is the Watery Hall super missiles. MDS had to do it twice.
Yep.
He almost died. So it's just things like that.
That
really slowed down.
I will say, I'm glad I had a mentor.
Yeah.
I would have tried one more time and died on the way out.
Yeah.
But when my mentor said, don't, I paused for half a second, thought it through, and was like, I haven't saved, you're right. I hear and reset.
Yeah. If you ever don't have like a good amount of health and you're going into Gathering Hall, I personally save at the save station before going into Watery Hall, just in case you do want to get that item and you don't have enough health. You don't want to run the risk of dying.
Yeah. I should have. I thought about it and I was like, it'll be fine. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, I don't have any other questions. If Chad wants to have any questions, you can let me know. But if you guys have any final comments?
On the magma pool topic, I actually intentionally put off magma pool, thinking if I get Wave Beam, I can do this all at once.
That's right.
And ended up finding Wave Beam and saying, okay, Magmor, and hope that I get Spider Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense.
Any final thoughts, Amojini?
No. GG's. Thanks for Sam I asked him to mentor pretty late, because I just forgot to, I've been too busy to find a mentor until pretty late, and he stepped in last night and signed up, and really helpful.
Yeah, I've
We
had to
like-
catch
we
up with the
like
other
Sam.
mentors while not doing it for the first 2 weeks.
How about you, Sam? Any final thoughts on this one? I think
No.
you should be. I think you should be happy with
Uh,
with your mentee. I think they did a good job.
Oh my god, yes. The
Yes.
people in this tournament, they've improved a lot. It's honestly really fun, really cool to see like players I've seen play before, and like I can tell they're inexperienced, and then see them at the near the end here when I like start mentoring them and I get to see what they do differently. It's just a
Mhm.
really cool thing to see, especially because it's Metroid Prime, and it's an old GameCube game, but it's really cool to see people in this modern era finding like these
Mhm.
cool things they can do and learn about. It's just charming in a way.
Well, I don't have anything else. I just want to let the chat know that we have a match in exactly 3 hours, pretty much, between Despice and Empress. That'll be on this channel, SpeedGaming 2. And then tomorrow we also have a match in the afternoon between Bowman and Vanillable. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see another match, come back in 3 hours. Other than that, I have nothing
Got
else.
the bracket
Follow our
up coming.
runners. Thank you guys so much. And see you.
Yeah,
next
follow the
mission.
comms. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, we'll
All
see you
right,
next
see you next
mission.
mission.
See you next mission.